Hello, my name is Christopher Fadanelli, and in this video series we'll be going over the tire envelope analysis. So now we have completed our MBD model runs. So now what we need to do is create the trace model of the tire envelope. So in the documents, we will have a folder called a set, and it'll include these 4 files: a trace TCL, 2 batch files, and a SimLab wrap Python file. What needs to be added is the H3D from your most recent Motionsoft run of the tire envelope analysis. Let's add that right now. And one thing before we run the launch batch file is let's open up both batch files in any text editor to verify that the run path is correct. For this version, we're using 2023.1. If you are using an updated software version, please update. Most likely the only thing you need to change is the year. Do this for both the launch and wrap batch file. Once you have done any changes and saved the files, let's go back and launch the batch file. What's going to happen is a new instance of HyperMesh is going to open up with our H3D loaded in. Okay, now with our session loaded up, we can see this GUI down here that is meant for the tire envelope analysis. So what we can do, we can choose any amount of components we want, but for this one, I'm just going to choose the wheel graphic. We can change the accuracy. I'm going to have it set to coarse with the sample rate set to 1. We can also update the timing. We can do all time steps from a certain time or the last incremental steps. For this, I'm going to do all steps. We can change the wrapper and surface mesh sizing. That will be done in SimLab. I'm going to do 10 for both. Now we have to give the location of where we want to save the file. We can save it directly in the set folder, or we can save it in a different folder. Once we have everything set up, all we need to do now is hit run, sit back, and relax. As you can see, now the tire envelope is being traced per time step that was selected. And once that's done, it's going to be compiled into one STL file and sent to SimLab to be configured. Alright, so now the construction of the STL is complete. We can see that it's going to be saved as export.stl. And we can compare from the total size of the original STL, about 4 gigabytes, now it's to 5 MB. Now what needs to be done is we need to convert this STL to an H3D file and then overlay it with our animation. So let's go to HyperMesh. With our HyperMesh session open, let's go to File, Import, Geometry Model, and let's choose the Export STL. I'm going to say Import. And we can see our tire envelope. All we need to do is just export it as an H3D. So let's go to File, Export, H3D. We want the file type to be FE only. Select Export, and now we have our H3D file. Now let's overlay it with the animation from Motion View. Okay, so I'm just going to load the model. I'm going to deselect Load Results and enable Overlay. Select Apply. So now we have our tire envelope overlaid with our animation. Let's hit Run. And now we can observe the tire envelope throughout the entire animation. Thank you for watching this video series. If you have any questions, please contact us at Altair Support. Thank you and have a good day.